One of the most frustrating experiences for men is seeing effort produce results at first and then slowly stop working. Training improves strength early on, then plateaus. Fat loss begins, then stalls. Energy rises briefly, then fades. Testosterone advice that once seemed effective no longer produces change. This pattern is not accidental. It is a fundamental feature of how hormonal systems adapt. The human body is not designed for continuous upward optimization. It is designed for stability. When a new stimulus is introduced, the system responds. Over time, that stimulus becomes normal. What was once a signal for growth becomes background noise. Hormonal systems adjust output to match the new baseline. This process is called adaptation, and it governs nearly every physiological system in the body. Early success creates a powerful illusion. Men conclude that the strategy itself is the cause of improvement. They assume repeating or intensifying the same approach will continue to deliver results. But the system has already learned from the initial change. It is recalibrated. The same inputs no longer carry the same meaning. Testosterone output, signaling efficiency, and recovery allocation all adjust accordingly. This is why plateaus occur even when discipline remains high. The body is not responding to effort. It is responding to novelty and margin. Once novelty disappears and margin shrinks, the system prioritizes conservation. Testosterone does not increase because the system no longer perceives additional investment as beneficial. Many men respond to plateaus by tightening control. Calories are reduced further. Training volume increases. Sleep is optimized aggressively. Supplements are added. From the outside, this looks like commitment. From the system's perspective, it often looks like escalating stress. The signals that originally supported improvement are replaced by signals of strain. The body adapts by becoming more resistant. This resistance is not failure. It is protection. Hormonal systems evolve to prevent overextension. When resources feel limited or recovery feels uncertain, the system pulls back. Testosterone declines or becomes less effective because its downstream effects require energy and stability. The system chooses sustainability over performance. This is especially common in men who pursue long-term optimization without periods of relief. Chronic dieting is a classic example. Initial fat loss improves metabolic signaling and hormonal balance. Over time, continued restriction signals scarcity. Testosterone output and signaling are reduced. Fat loss becomes harder. Energy declines. The same behavior produces opposite outcomes depending on duration and context. Training follows a similar pattern. Early resistance training improves testosterone responsiveness and body composition. Excessive volume or insufficient recovery eventually signals overload. The system adapts by reducing hormonal investment. Performance stagnates. Recovery slows. Testosterone advice that worked early becomes ineffective later. Understanding adaptation changes how plateaus are interpreted. They are not evidence that the system is broken. They are evidence that the system has learned. It is adjusted to the environment it is repeatedly exposed to. To move forward, the environment must change in a meaningful way. More of the same rarely accomplishes that. This is why progress often resumes when pressure is reduced rather than increased. When recovery improves, stress signals decrease, and energy availability stabilizes. The system becomes permissive again. Testosterone output and signaling can improve without forcing. This outcome feels counterintuitive because it contradicts the effort-based mindset many men adopt. Adaptation also explains why comparing strategies between individuals is unreliable. One man may thrive on a given approach because his system has margin. Another may struggle because his system is already constrained. The strategy is not universally good or bad. Its effect depends on where the system is starting from. This is where many men misinterpret willpower as a solution. Willpower can maintain behavior, but it cannot override physiology. Hormonal systems respond to signals, not intentions. When signals indicate overload, testosterone adaptation follows regardless of motivation. A systems-based approach recognizes plateaus as information. They indicate that the current strategy has reached its limit within the current context. Instead of pushing harder, interpretation becomes necessary. What has changed in recovery, stress, sleep, or metabolic health? Which signals are dominant? Where margin has disappeared? This channel emphasizes adaptation because it explains why consistency alone is not enough. Consistency without adjustment leads to stagnation. Hormonal systems require cycles of stress and recovery, not constant pressure. Testosterone does not rise indefinitely. It responds to balance. Understanding adaptation allows men to stop blaming themselves and start reading the system correctly. Plateaus are not personal failures. They are physiological responses. And until that is understood, testosterone will continue to feel unpredictable and uncooperative.